Mario's Evil Rumors. This is, at least from what I've seen, widely said as one of, if not the weakest horror mods in the FNF community. And that's extremely unfortunate. Because honestly, this mod's great. I really like it a lot. Hell, I think it's better than Mario's Madness. Sure, this mod definitely has its lows, but even then, they're not actually that low, honestly. And the songs that excel are just absolutely wonderful. So today, we're gonna take on a trip to what I consider to be one of the most overhated FNF mods, at least from what I've seen. Because this mod is just absolutely wonderful, and I am so excited to see what V2 has to offer. So, without further ado, let's get on to this. I'm not ranking Hanged 2025 or Death Sports 2026, just ranking the most recent version of every song that is playable. Let's jump in. Alright, Killing Spree. This is my least favorite mod, and it is a rough one to put it lightly. First off, let me just get my big problem with this song out of the way. I really don't like this instrumental at all. It's mostly made up of synth chords, and they sound really awkward, and they don't really mesh that well with the vocals at all. It sounds extremely awkward, and honestly, it kind of makes the vocals just also just ridiculous. They don't really work well. The vocals just don't really have a chance to sound good. That could also be in due part to me not really liking any of the melodies of this song either. Mario sounds okay, but I feel like, I don't know, it just isn't used the best. It sounds fine, but again, paired with the fact that I'm not a huge fan of the melody, especially like the melody, it's just not that great. And same with BF, he's used alright here, but it just doesn't really work with the melodies or the instrumental, and it just leads to a very awkward experience where nothing really sounds as good, even if nothing itself is actually terrible. Also, that's kind of the best way I can describe this song. While nothing sounds outright horrendous, the way everything pairs together so poorly for me, and with how just not good I find anything in this song, it just leads to a very unpleasant experience that I just am not fond of. Yeah, I don't like this song. His Unauthorized World is a very interesting one for me. I think there's some actually pretty solid merits to it. For one thing, I think the instrumental is actually, like, it's decent. It's nothing, like, stellar or anything. But the 8-bit instrumentation sounds pretty nice. I actually quite enjoy it. My main issue comes with the vocals. They are just not good at all. BF does not really sound that great. It sounds a little annoying sometimes, especially with like it's a double notes. It just doesn't really like land that well, and it just doesn't sound good. And then there's Bob, who just, oh, I hate how Bob sounds. You see, Bob takes his vocals from samples from like the sound effects in his game. However, what pisses me off about his vocals is how, like, all the sound effects range wildly in terms of, like, volume, and it becomes extremely jarring, like, with every single note, and it just becomes extremely irritating after a while, and I do not like how it sounds at all. The instrumentals, again, the instrumental is very much saving the song, however, I don't feel like it's good enough to really warrant being any higher, because the instrumental's solid enough, but the vocals are just really bad. Overall, yeah, this is just a song I'm not a fan of. This community is something else, I'll say. And this song has been put in the abyss, put through the trenches. And, I mean, I see it. There's definitely a lot of faults that the song has, but frankly, even though I don't really like it, I don't actually think it's all too bad. Even, like, people who I know who are, like, at least relatively positive towards most FNF stuff also puts this song incredibly low. That makes me... And that's unfortunate, because I don't think the song's that bad. I think No Time to Hang Around is just a perfectly fine song. Oh, I actually quite like this opening. The beat isn't kicked up yet, so the filter isn't really bothering me here. It actually works pretty well as, like, this... It sounds very creepy. It just works really well. It sounds like this, like, fucked up, ROM file you found in, like, an attic that's been, like, abandoned for a few years. It sounds really cool. I actually really like how that part sounds. However, when the beat kicks up, and that's where I start having problems. First off, let's actually talk about the filter. This is the Dead Air filter, and is, well, used in mods like Dead Air, which, obviously, this is a very Dead Air-esque song. And with that in mind, the filter in those songs are generally have, like, a pretty good balance to them. You know, it makes the song more muffled, but it's not too much to where the beat doesn't really hit. And it still allows me to enjoy the songs, in spite of the fact that the muffledness of the compression can kind of soften the beat a little bit, because it's not softened too much to the point that nothing really clicks with me. However, that's kind of what happens with this song. The Dead Air filter is applied too much, in my opinion. At least that's how I feel. And it leads to what would otherwise be a perfectly decent beat, just not really being able to really connect with me in any way, due to the fact that it just doesn't really land. It's just so muffled, nothing really hits for me. My other problem with the song is the freezing. I guess the Dead Air filter, like, kind of cancels out, because it makes it so muffled that it's not really bothering me very much. But still, I don't really like the fact that it, you know, there's a little freezing sounds in the song. It's not there for too much, but still, it's not really all that pleasant when it's around. Overall, I'm just, like very mixed and simultaneously just kind of, apathetic towards the song. I don't think it's, like, absolutely terrible or anything, but it's not that great either. And I'm excited to see what V2 does, because considering even the composer of the song himself agrees it's not that great. I am hopeful that whatever this remake will bring will hopefully make the song better. I don't really care for Tramplin' all too much. It's a perfectly fine song, I don't really have any major issues with it, but it's just not really a song I'm personally all too fond of. First off, the Tramplin' Stew's chromatic is fine. I don't really have any strong feelings towards it either way. The instrument's alright, but I feel like the high notes aren't really all that pleasant to listen to, and it's just not really something I really like very much. Not awful, but I don't really like it all too much. BF sounds pretty good, though. He gets all the dumb notes pretty well, he sounds pretty nice throughout the songs, but it's nothing like, it's not like a crazy BF performance or anything, but I do quite enjoy it. And the melodies of the song are fairly solid, although again, kind of just nothing crazy. Yeah, I do like them, they're not too bad. And the instrumental is honestly very, very strong. I really like it. It's probably my favorite aspect of the song. When it kicks up, it's just absolutely groovy. I really like it. And its wind down sections are also pretty solid. There's definitely I definitely could jump out a bit more for me, but I still really like the instrumental. I feel like it's pretty solid all around. However, let's get into my two main issues with the song. First off, I really do not like Mario's chromatic. It just sounds so off. I don't know how to put it. It sounds like Mario. It kind of sounds like Mario, I guess, but at the same time, it's just so annoying and just a little off. That I just don't like it, and it doesn't even I don't even think it sings the melodies very well personally. It just doesn't sound that great to me. However, another thing that hurts the song a lot for me is, well, I'm not normally one to complain about a song's runtime. Usually if you use the song's length fine enough, I'm willing to look over any potential bit of dragging, but honestly, the song just goes on and on. And I feel like the first two, phases of the song just don't really jump out enough at me to really, warrant the song being 4 minutes. I think the last section is perfectly fine as is. I think it works really well. It stands out quite a bit for me. However, the rest of the song is just kind of 3 minutes of the same thing. That's not entirely true, but it just lacks something to do, and I just don't really like that. It doesn't use its time well, and it just feels like a slog after a while. I don't like how the song's runtime. Oh no, yeah, the vocals and the runtime really hold this one back for me personally, and I don't know. I want to like this one, but I'm just not personally a fan of it. If you like this song, good for you. I'm not all too big on it. Yeah, I think Circus is pretty good. Again, kind of like Tramplin', I feel like the first part before the part where everything gets compressed goes on a bit too long. However, it's nowhere near as bad as Tramplin', because here I actually like the vocals. Mr. Virtual sounds very solid. I really like his dramatic. He sings all the melodies really well. And I just really like how it sounds. It sounds so nice. And BF is also really good. He's pretty expressive with the song. I like the melodies he sings, but frankly, I like the melodies of the song, but together, all around, they're just an absolute bop. They sound very strong. I really like it. And this instrumental as well is just very, very good. And it's a really weird combination that I really like of both kind of 8-bit instrumentation as well as some other instrumentation, but keep more varied and interesting. I really like it a lot. It sounds very nice. Yeah, these the first 2-ish minutes of the song, before the song gets really compressed. Although again, I feel like it could have been cut down by a fair portion. It sounds pretty good overall. It's very consistently solid and very catchy. I like it quite a bit. However, then we get into the compressed part, and oh boy, where do I start? Okay,
So first off, again, well, it's the compressed part, obviously. And, like, yeah, the vocals are very compressed. It's not too noticeable on, like, Mr. Virtual, or at least for me, it's not, like, that noticeable on Mr. Virtual, because, like, you already kind of, like, a, like, compressed-esque chromatic, I don't know how to put it, but, like, it just, the way it's chromatic is, it makes it sound, like, super noticeable on his voice, but on BF, oh, it's so bad. No, I don't normally mind compression. I mean, I have so retro A tier for crying out loud. But here, I feel like it's very overdone. He sounds very muffled, and like, the way, it just doesn't sound good. He's so overly compressed, it just doesn't sound good. I don't like it. As well, I think this is the part where the melodies are at their weakest. Not bad, but just kind of, like, noticeably weaker. And then we get back in the last minute where, yeah, it really picks up here. At least after like a couple of turns, it really picks up, and it ends in a very nice way. I really like how it ends. All in all, you got a good like first 2 minutes of the song, even if I feel like it could have been cut down a bit. And like, not that great compressed part, and then the ending is really, really good. So overall, it's a song I'm a bit mixed on. However, I say there's enough here for me to quite enjoy it, and I do quite like this song. I honestly have very, very little to say about Hanged. It's a good song. I quite like it. However, I don't feel like it does much outside of being good. I like how Mario sounds. I like how BS sounds. The melodies are pretty good, although, again, it's nothing crazy. Same with Strantle. I like the N64 sound file, the instrumental, however, yeah, again, it just doesn't really stand out as anything outside of being good. That's pretty much the main thesis of the song for me. I like it, however, it really doesn't do anything to stand out, aside from being consistently solid through the entire song. And frankly, kind of like the last 2 songs I talked about, I feel like it's a little long. With how just kind of samey through the entire song is, 4 minutes is very much pushing it, and I just, I feel like the song definitely could have been cut down quite a bit. Again, it's still solid throughout the entire runtime, and I don't dislike any parts of it. Or it's just, yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot out of this aside from it just being a good song. Yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. This song is just the quintessential definition of a good song and nothing more.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Mario Party. This one's pretty good. I quite like this one. First off, I really like how both Marios and Wario sound. They sound very nice. I'll say that the like varying degrees of like compression on each of their vocals kind of threw me off at first, but as I got used to it, honestly, it sounds pretty freaking good. I quite like how they all sound. And the melody themselves are really catchy. They just feel with so much like fun and energy into them. I love it. And I like the instrumental as well. Use like the 8-bit sound font very nicely, and it's just absolutely... It's just really good. I really like the song quite a bit. However, there's one thing that really hurts the song for me, and that is Ink Bowser. While I do quite like how he sounds in Hellish Breaths, as we'll get to soon, no, I don't like how Ink Bowser sounds. I don't feel like Ink Bowser's made to hit notes that high, and it sounds really rough, and I just do not like how Ink Bowser sounds. The other three sound good enough, though, to where I think I still really like the song quite a bit. And yeah, the rest of the aspects of the song are still pretty freaking good. I think the song is very good. I quite like it. Not much else to say. Hellish Breath. You know, honestly, this one's really good. This isn't getting a lot of hate, like, somewhat even more than No Time to Hang Around. That's, again, extremely unfortunate, because I honestly really like this song a lot. First off, Ink Bowser sounds great. His vocals kind of remind me of how Bowser sounds in Infernal Bout, and I mean, I really like how Bowser sounds in Infernal Bout, so yeah, I like this. It kind of, like, there's like, sort of, like, this weird, like, effect on his voice that makes him sound more like, well, inky. Like, he, you know, like how he is, he's like, you know, covered in ink and shit. It also worked really well, I like it a lot. BF uses the, fluffier BF chromatic, which I'm not, like, super fond of, but here it's honestly used pretty well. I do quite like how BF sounds in the song. Nothing, like, absolutely upsetting, but I do quite like how it sounds. And then there's the melodies, which... repetitive and samey? Yes. Hella fun to listen to? Also, yes. These melodies are just super catchy, and I just really like how they sound. And the instrumental as well is an absolute vibe. It's a really good use of the, well, of the 8-bit sound font, and it's just really fun. And oh, this song just... it doesn't do anything, like, absolutely incredible or anything, however, it's just very consistently great. It's being a very catchy bop that I really like a lot. So, why isn't it higher? Yeah, the ending is... bad. For one thing, I mean, Ink Bowser doesn't sound that bad. It works well enough. It doesn't sound the worst ever. I don't mind it too much, but BF uses the fucking Sugar Moon BFA tonals. I have stated this before, I really do not like the Sugar Moon BFA tonals. It just sounds so, like, goofy and, like, annoying at the same time. It just doesn't work at all. It sounds so awkward. I hate it. It just really doesn't work in a tonal pop, and it really just sours the ending of the song. This part's really just what's holding the song back. I think it maybe, like, placed a spot or two higher if it wasn't for this part, but other than that, yeah, I really like the song. Game had to end that way, though.
Dude, Smell of Fear is so awesome. First off, BF has two chromatics on the song. His default one and the one he uses in this part and one part around the middle of the song. Which sounds really, like, weird. It sounds oddly, like, muffled and squishy. And I don't mind it. It sounds okay, but it's not really my favorite thing ever. It's probably the main thing that's holding the song back for me. But when he's actually using his default chromatic, he sounds really good. He sings all the melodies very well. I like it a lot. And then the Koemon sounds great. I'll say I expect a more like a, I don't know, like a grungier, like growly chromatic coming from the Koemon, but it still sounds very good. I do like it quite a lot. It sings all the melodies very well. I like it a lot. And then the rest of the song is just so frantic and fast, and I like it a hell of a lot. The melodies are an absolute bop. They are just so unbelievably catchy. The duets are just so good. The song also feels like you're being chased down. And I really like it. I'll admit, this song doesn't really have anything like going on that's like absolutely amazing. And again, the BF's other chromatic kind of holds it back a little bit. However, the rest of the song is just so good. Also, I kind of wish the song was a little longer, which I know sounds kind of weird considering the song is 3 minutes. However, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't really do enough in its time frame. I think there's a lot more the song could do to be like more interesting, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. All in all, this song's just really great, really fun and frantic. I just really like it a lot. Death is just great, man. I really like this song a lot. First off, this instrumental is just so good. It makes an excellent use of the N64 sound font to just really make this feel so depressing and like empty in like a good way. And I love it. It sounds like so somber and melancholic, and it's just, I love it. It sounds so nice. And BF as well sounds really, really good. I've said this before, I like it when BF is deeper, and here he just makes such good use of it. It sounds absolutely incredible. I love it. The melodies are pretty good, although nothing like crazy. The most like I said, longest, which really just like allow the song to just really thrive in this like slow, melancholic tone that it clearly wants to go for. It does it very well. I like it a lot. And then there's Luigi, which is I think this is kind of where my problem with the song kind of arises and why I don't really have it in S tier. It's not that he sounds bad, it's more just he sounds just weak compared to everything else. You have the instrumental, which takes such a good use of N64 sound effects, just runs with it. You have the deep VF voice, which is something I'm an absolute sucker for. And you just have melodies which convey the tone, which help convey the tone perfectly. If they're not like absolutely incredible melodies on their own. And again, he sounds good, he's singing all the melodies well, but he just sounds so out of place. Like there's something missing from, like an effect to make him more, like, to make it more sound like he's actually like stuck in the fountain. Whereas here, he just sounds kind of normal. And while
the rest of the song conveys the tone really well. I feel like Luigi kind of falls behind a little bit, in my personal opinion. It's not that he sounds, again, it's not that he sounds bad, I just feel like there's something missing from him to really make him sell the tone of the song as well as I feel like the rest of the song does. I know it sounds kind of stupid for that to be the one reason I have this in S tier, but I don't know, it just really bugs me for some reason. But other than that, this song's great. I really like it.
Three, two, one, go!
Villainize is a fucking bop! I love this song! First off, this instrumental's an absolute bop. This is like a weird mix between like 8-bit sound effects and like this like heavy EDM instrumental. Oh, it sounds awesome as shit, I love it. And the melodies as well, they are so catchy. They're so much fun to listen to, especially with that song like this, like da 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 da. Oh, I love it. It sounds so good. BF, he sounds great. He's extremely expressive throughout the entire song, and the high notes he hits throughout the song are just, ooh, I love it. It sounds awesome. The plumber sounds really weird. I like his chromatic though. I'll say sometimes it can sound a bit iffy, but generally I think it sounds very nice. I like it quite a bit. And then the key change at the end is just so good. Yeah, I don't know. Despite this being one of my many S tiers in this mod, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. It's just an overall consistently really, really fucking good song, and I love it.
Rexy Anomaly is so good, dude. I love this song. First off, just the overall vibe of this song. It's so mysterious, and I love it.
Oh, this beta model that you can only access through Action Replay code. It just fits so well with this just overall mysterious atmosphere. It just perfectly complements, you know, the scrap nature and the fact that it's, you know, Luigi's Mansion. It just works wonders. I love it. I especially love just how weird L's chromatic itself is. It just, again, it just feels so off, like it shouldn't be here. It sounds just, I love it. It sounds so good. And the custom BF chromatic here is really good. It also sings the melodies really well, to the point where I can't really imagine the song with BF singing it. They use this chromatic to its advantage very well. I love it. And then you have the melodies themselves, which just are such an absolute vibe, dude. They're so catchy and just complement the mysterious atmosphere of the song so well. I love it. It sounds awesome. And the ending key change as well sounds really good. And just, oh my god, LMBS sounds so good hitting the high notes. I don't really know what else to say. This song is just absolutely amazing. It is an absolute treat to listen to, and I cannot get enough of it. Ooh, focused on fun. This song is incredible. I adore it to death. First off, Wario's chromatic is really good. I'm not typically a fan of like clicky chromatics and whatnot, but this does it really well. It sounds so good. I really like how he sounds. It's just a really good Wario chromatic, and it just works so well. I love it. And I love how BF sounds as well. He's just so expressive in the entire song, and it just... I love it. And the melodies themselves are just so addicting. From the main melody to the atonal sections, to the duets, to the lyrics, it's just... Oh my god, it's all addictive and bouncy. It really feels like he, focused on fun. Which, considering, the Final Warrior version is based off of what that focused on fun presentation for Nintendo. Honestly, a more fun-esque Wario version song just works really well. It fits like a glove, honestly. The atonal part, while having a very catchy melody, like I said, I'll say it definitely has one of my couple issues with the song due to BF using the Sugar Moon atonals, which, again, I really don't like them. But thankfully it's not for too long, and the rest of the song, BF sounds very good, because, again, he's not using the terrible Sugar Moon BF atonals. And when he's using his, regular atonals, he sounds great. It's one of the best uses of it that I've ever seen. It sounds awesome as shit. But dude, this duet section just pairs, the chromatics and the atonals so well, it sounds stellar. I love it. And then there's the lyric section, which, I'll say Wario's a little hard to hear, which is my other problem with the song, but I can still hear him, I guess you can hear him fine enough. It's just noticeably quieter than anything else, and that bugged me a little bit, but still, the lyrics are very nice. I really like them. And BF sounds amazing while singing them as well. All around, this song is an absolute jam that I love so much. It is, without question, my favorite Wario Apparition song in all of FNF. It sounds stellar. An amazing fit for this character. It's just wonderful. This song is absolutely stellar, and I cannot get over it, man. Yes, The Devil Says in top 3. What an unpopular and hot take. Anyway, yeah, this song is so good. First off, Horror Player himself sounds really good. It's not like an incredible chromatic or anything. It's very much, but it definitely works very well. Just sounding very demonic and like, you know, intimidating. It works pretty well, even if it's not like a crazy chromatic in itself. It sings all the melodies extremely well, and said melodies are, oh my god, they are so addicting. The freaking like da 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 da. Oh my goodness, it's just so freaking catchy. And the double notes as well, they sound stellar. These are the best double note usages I've ever seen in an FNAF song. It sounds incredible. I love it. Melodies are all, yeah, melodies are all just like very catchy and memorable, and I just love it a lot. And then BF, yet again, he is pitched down, and I love BF being pitched down. So yeah, he sounds awesome shit here. Especially with a little bit of like waviness to his voice, making him sound a little scared. It sounds really cool. I like it a lot. The instrumental as well is such an absolute gem. It is so funky and catchy, and the claps just give it so much more life. I love it. My only real problem with the song is that I feel like 2.5 minutes isn't really enough time. I honestly just want so much more. This song is addictively catchy, but I just want more. I feel like 3 or 3.5 minutes could benefit the song greatly. It could make it even stronger. But other than that, yeah, this song's just absolutely incredible. Death Spores. This song is just incredible. First off, oh, Mario sounds so good. It's pretty much just using his funk-based chromatic with some added effects when he, you know, turns into that. But he sounds really good. It sounds awesome as shit. It sounds so monstrous, and I love it so much. It sounds awesome as shit. It sings all the melodies so well. It just hits everything so well, and I love it. I love it so much. It sounds so good. And BF as well sounds stellar. He's so expressive the entire song. And again, he's pitched down a little bit, which I really like. And he also, again, he sounds kind of scared like in The Devil Says, which, matter of fact, that's kind of something I should probably bring up. The Devil Says is this song's replacement, as I believe, due to the creator of the mushroom infection horror Mario thing that the song is based off of, being made by a not that great person. Yeah, The Devil Says is replacing this, which is also a shame because this song is really good. It just sounds so like frantic and like manic and intense, and I just love it so much. It sounds so fucking good. The rock elements of the song and the instrumental sound amazing. It's just so intense, and I love it so much. The song is just so intense. Everything hits so well. The only real problem is that sometimes like the vocals can be a little bit buried in the instrumental at times, but even then, they still sound good. It's just small. It's just like a small little thing I have with the song, and that's it. This song is just absolutely stellar. Other than that, it's I love this song so much. This song is absolutely wonderful, and the ending key change as well sounds incredible. BF hits those high notes incredibly well. I Love it. It just... I don't know, man. The song's just incredible. It's a real shame we're not going to see this in V2, because this song is just really something else. You know, whenever I look at a horror mod, the type of song I'm most interested in looking at is the I Hate You Luigi song, honestly. I think there's just a lot you can do with a song based off of I Hate You. Cause there's a lot of different elements of the story that vary wildly. You could do the fact that it's kind of a sinister ooh, it's betrayal or something. You can make it a little more intense, or you can make it goofy, considering I Hate You was a shitpost. You know, you got Betrayed, which is slower and more sinister sounding. You got I Hate You from Ars Madness, which is just a very standard intense song. And then you have something like Hater, which is kind of more I don't want to say goofy, but more more upbeat, I guess, in a way. Which again, it's a shitpost, kind of makes sense. It really works. However, there's one song that stands above all the rest for me, because it's just a perfect combination of everything I'd want in an I Hate You song. Burnt Out Heart is, in my opinion, the best I Hate You song in this community. And it is not even remotely close. This combines everything I'd want in a song for I Hate You. It sounds stellar. First off, I just love the more upbeat yet intense energy of this song. It's a really good balance between, the genuine anger and resentment Luigi has for his brother, while still feeling kind of upbeat and bouncy in a weird enough way, considering again this is a shitpost at the end of the day. It works really well. I really like it. And that's also helped by the fact that the melodies are an absolute earworm. They sound extremely good throughout. It is incredible. And the instrumental as well does this balance incredibly well. You got the retro sound font to give it that, sense of it, being Super Mario World. You got the guitar making things extra intense. And you got, the springs and, the da sound in the instrumental because it's a shitpost. It's just, makes it feel a lot more, goofy than it would normally. It all just works together to create this perfect balance of just such an intense yet fun song at the same time. It works wonders. Not to mention that Luigi's chromatic sounds incredible. It just perfectly captures his hatred and resentment so well. As well, this second half. It doesn't completely ditch the goofy tone, but it dials it back by quite a bit, and just allows this part to just be so dramatic, and just, again, it just perfectly does Luigi's resentment so well. It's just absolutely incredible. I love it. You just have this dramatic part before it goes into the ending, which is just even more intense. And it's just, it works so well. This entire song does everything so well, from the emotion to the silliness. It's just incredible. This song is just the quintessential I Hate You song, and it is such a good song for I Hate You, Luigi. It is wonderful. Oh yeah, and BF sounds incredible as well. He's pretty expressive with this song, and it just overall sounds really good. And then the instrumental in the second half, the guitar just picks up, and it's just going off. It sounds incredible. I adore this song to no end. It is, without question, my favorite song from Mario's Evil Rumors. And it's my favorite Horrorverse song. This song is absolutely incredible. It's a perfect fit for I Hate Luigi. It is overall an absolutely stellar song in its own right, and it is just absolutely wonderful. I love this song to no end. And that was Mario's Evil Rumors. This mod's great. This mod's just really good. This mod... I don't know. I just really like this mod. And I hope this video will help the people that don't really see it as that great. Hopefully they'll see the vision here. I hope this video will help more people like this mod. This mod's just really good. I mean, here's my tier list. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do now. We've hit 100 subscribers, so you know exactly what's next.